Bubbles. Oh, no. No. Okay. General reading, take what resonates. I hope you guys are doing well. Priestess Tasi, thank you for fucking with the kid. I already feel my sinuses swelling up, so I already know I'm tapping into something that's really deep. It could be really, should have a trigger warning for somebody, but definitely a trigger warning because this is a very real energy, and it's been almost every other day I hear some really fucked up story about someone hurting a child. Either it's their own parent, their own family member, a stranger, whatever it is. I've been feeling in my spirit strongly since 2020 that there is a very dark energy that seems to be coming for children or attacking children, or I don't know how to explain it, but I feel like there's more kids in danger now than there's ever been before because a lot of adults are suffering. If we look around, a lot of adults are not acting like adults. If a lot of adults are not acting like adults, how do you think children are being affected? If the mother is not in her mothering energy, how do you think the kids are being affected? By a distorted father, by a distorted aunt, a distorted cousin. I really feel like there could be certain family structures that could be crumbling down because of this negativity towards children. And I feel like even in a household or a family member, I feel like someone either has seen something or feels like they should speak out about the way a child is being treated, either in a divorce, a breakup, or just the way a child is being. I'm getting the energy of like divorce as well and breakups and stuff like that. And children really get the short end of the stick when it's a divorce or it's a breakup. You know, just the other day in the parking lot of my job, this is a crazy story. Listen to this. Two cars parked one space from one another, right? And they just kind of sat there for a few minutes. All of a sudden, when I walked outside, it was dead at my job. It was kind of boring, so I just kind of walked outside just to chill outside. I heard screaming and yelling coming from one car to the other. Do you guys know that two small kids got out of one car and got into another car? That was their mother and their father cursing each other out. What I'm telling you, they were saying all kinds of MFers, Bs, cursing. These kids couldn't have been no more than 7 years old, y'all. When I saw that, I'm telling y'all, I pray for those kids. Because there's so much hatred towards the mother, towards the father. And there's some of us have been in this situation. Some of us are watching people go through this situation right now. This kind of messed up dynamic. To watch those kids have to get into the car where the mom was calling the dad an MFer and the dad was saying, you bitch this and you dirty hoe that. To watch those kids have to get in one car and out another, I'm like, oh my God. God, please cover those children. Because at the end of the day, they're going to be the ones that are going to turn angry. They're going to be the ones to probably manifest the same pattern that their mom and their dad did because they weren't able to basically break certain generational curses that can lead to those kind of dynamics. Some people repeat, some people don't. But some people aren't, I guess you can say, strong enough. I don't really like to use that term, but I guess some people, you know, they just don't get into their right mind until they hit a certain wall. Excuse me, hold on. It's a lot of energy right now. Because seeing that situation, 444 on the clock, it was really telling me that a lot of kids are actually going through this kind of energy. And it's very bad for your root chakra. A lot of people are suffering from unbalanced root chakras, from unbalanced parents and family members, and family dynamics. Could have been orphan homes, things like that. But what I'm picking up on is that a lot of kids need prayer right now. The kids of the world need prayer right now because they're suffering. And the vision I had about 3 days ago, I was gonna come on live and do it, but I don't think I was spiritually ready to speak on it because the vision was so crass and very nasty. I'm not gonna lie, but trigger warning. All in all, I saw somebody put their hands around a child's throat, a small child, maybe 3 or 4 or 2. And a few days prior to that, I had a story pop up on my recommended about a man that called his ex on FaceTime and proceeded to choke and kill their 2-year-old. So I know this energy is not, it's something severe that I'm picking up, and it's very sad. And like I said, trigger warning, but I do feel like something is about to get exposed. Either there's a person that's about to get exposed for being a child abuser, or there's someone who is exposed and they're trying to hide. But all in all, can't hide from God. If you hurt kids, your life will never be peaceful. If you think about hurting children, your life will never be peaceful. That's a demonic energy. And I feel like there's someone who's actually healing from this demonic energy. I'm just keep it 100 with what it is. Because I don't know who can look at a child and think about violence. I feel like there's a lot of people. That's why I put inner child healing in the title. Because I feel like there's a lot of people that are, whether it's conscious or subconscious. Remember, the subconscious can sometimes be more powerful than the conscious mind. Because that's where all that trauma and all the nitty gritty shit is hidden in your subconscious. And I think there's a lot of people that are silently dealing with their subconscious, and it's making old trauma come back up again in normal situations, especially if you dealt with a lot of trauma as a small child. I'm getting the ages of like 2 to 15 were really bad years for somebody. Really bad years. Those are your most formative years. Those are the years where you are the most absorbent, like a sponge. Everything you see, you experience, you hear becomes part of you until you get to the point in your life where you want to heal that. And I feel like there's a lot of people that are starting to understand that there's a deeper part of them that is suffering due to this kind of trauma. I'm also a psychology major, and I want to get my degree to work with children. I think that the mind is already so complex. So think about a child's mind. A child sees violence, they repeat it. A child hears cursing, they repeat it. Give me a second. So I'm hearing a lot of shit at once. Because my heart chakra is like fluttering. It's kind of hard for me to talk. But I'll finish. This is not something you want to be repeating. But I really feel that with the Ace of Pentacles, I think that a lot of these situations go down because of money. I think there'd be a lot of bitter people. Bitter, like I was saying, I'm picking up like divorces, anger, breakups. And a lot of this time, these kids get hurt because of money. There's a lack of resources, which creates angrier people. People get angrier and angrier. When there's a lack of resources, a lack of food, water, things going crazy in the grocery stores, inflation, I really think it's almost like an energy casted. Like I said, I feel like kids are the main target. Because they have to grow up to be full formidable adults. And when you put kids in this energy, you hear their parents be worried about money, their parents are angry, their parents are upset A lot of kids are being mentally and emotionally abused right now, and I think that's not talked about enough. Yeah, look at these cards. Three of Swords and the Knight of Swords. A lot of kids are being verbally abused right now, and I don't think a lot of people talk about how bad that hurts. Sometimes verbal abuse is worse than physical abuse and emotional abuse. It cuts deep with the Three of Swords. It's like you always remember the terrible words that someone said to you, even though you don't want to. And that's why I was talking about, I feel like I'm picking up on someone who needs subconscious healing. Because it's not your fault. It's not your fault that they hurt you. It's their fault. Once you learn to push that energy off you and give it to God, I think the world will be a much better place if more people were able to do that. And I think because of these messed up family dynamics, a lot of people try to get into relationships or friendships that don't really mean shit, but they're more so there because of comfort, because of these deep wounds, 11:11 on the clock, that a lot of people are still dealing with from their childhood, from their parents, their mother, their foster parents, their guardian, whoever causes hurt. A lot of people were starting to realize they don't even need to be around their family. I haven't been around my family since 2020. Respectfully, I don't need to. I know who they are. They've put me here one too many times. And if you are thinking about walking away from your family, do it. Do it. If you feel like you get nothing good out of them, all you get is sadness, arguments, heartbreak, sad looks, you get anger, you get shade, you get eye rolls, move away. It's your life, right? Don't be afraid to expand because of this energy. This energy keeps you from expanding. That's other people's heartbreak. Sadly, the people abusing kids now, in the past, and wherever, it's just the pattern that some of them picked up from their own abuse, their own hardships, the nasty words they had to hear from their parents. And it's sad because some people, I've watched certain interviews when people sit down with child abusers, and that's kind of the first thing that they say. They mention their parents, their upbringing, their guardian, or their orphan, or whatever would happen to them. They bring up their trauma. And I feel like Spirit is kind of telling me that there's a lot of people that are sadly living in their trauma. And when you do that, it's like you keep bringing forward this energy unintentionally. It's like you keep breaking your own heart over and over and over again, thinking it's going to lead to some kind of healing. The only way you're going to heal is if you change up your patterns and you give yourself more self-love and more self-respect. Because sadly, sometimes not everyone's going to respect you. Now what? You know, you can't carry that burden. For some of you, this could be abuse from a partner. I'm picking up partner abuse with the Two of Cups poking out. You had a lover that was really angry at their own abuse, so they took it out on you. I'm telling you, there's some kind of information that could be coming out in someone's personal family about something. If you were, listen, this is very specific, okay? But if you were abused as a child, I think there's some kind of energy coming out for you. Some kind of movement forward, some kind of retribution. There's some kind of karma, coming for those people that did inflict pain on you. What is this? Nine of Wands, King of Swords. Someone could have been very verbally nasty to you. I just saw the Justice card. Yeah. Justice for a family dynamic that was fucked up. Arrogant. Someone's family was arrogant. Is arrogant. Someone could be rich. And this could be why I might be picking up on this child abuse that is uncovered. Because this person is rich. Wealthy. Loaded. And they could pay people to shut up about a situation. Like, I'm getting somebody could be paying some people to shut up, but even though this person's paying people, these people feel in their gut they still got to go to the authorities. Yeah. Someone's about to get exposed for some bad activity. Whether your family financially abused you, emotionally abused you, or this is something that's happening to a small child now, something's getting exposed. Yeah, the Queen and the King of Swords. There could be a couple that's very mentally deranged that has a child, and the child's going to get taken away. Like, for good. I'm hearing not even these people's family is mentally able enough to take care of this child. For some of you, if there was a very dark person in your past, and they left and had a kid with someone else, that person is that person is abusing the child. Or they will abuse the child. Or there'll be something very negative and dark about the situation. Feels abusive. Let me see what else. The Hierophant. Yep, what did I say? The card split right into the deck. The Devil. Something very negative, very, very... You know what's crazy? I think a public figure could be exposed for child abuse in the next couple months. That's just something I'm picking up collectively in the collective energy. But there's going to be a lot of exposing. For some of you, this could be a social media exposure. Like, this woman could see marks on a child and she's going to get pissed as fuck and she's going to expose somebody. Somebody's other baby mama or somebody's other baby daddy or family member. Everyone will see this, is what I'm hearing. Everyone, yeah, the Hierophant. The Hierophant. Because God's been watching something. God's been protecting the child. Or for some of you guys even, this is you being pushed to talk about what you've been through. Yeah, with the Ace of Swords behind it. Don't be afraid to speak. Don't be afraid to speak up. If you're somewhere and you feel like there's something weird going on with a child, please don't be afraid to speak up, because this stuff really does happen. People really do hurt kids. We know this. We've seen this. Some of us have experienced this. Somebody knows they're about to be exposed for this dark activity. Somebody knows something's about to come out, so they're trying to pray. They're trying to connect to God, but this devil right here, this person has done a lot of negative things towards a young person or a child. Very selfish asshole. I'm hearing cracked out. I'm hearing hard drugs. This person could be on hard drugs. Someone's about to get exposed for some really wicked, evil, malicious behavior here. Five of Wands, fighting. I'm getting a teenager, like someone's like been trying to fight their teenager or hurt. There could even be a teenager who's in trouble, a lot of trouble around their family. Like, their life could be threatened around their family. Give me a second. I'm just hearing, don't be afraid to speak out. Because when you see something is messed up, yeah. When you see something is messed up, you gotta speak out. Look at this Page of Cups. That's a child. This Page of Cups is a child. I feel like in the next couple of months, I have a little story. I'm not going to carry too long in this energy because it is a little heavy. I'm not going to lie. I feel heavy. But I was at Disney World last year, right? I was at Disney World last year. And I was in the bathroom. And in the stall, maybe like 3 stalls from me, was a woman and her daughter. All of a sudden, the woman gets to yelling. This woman starts yelling at her 6-year-old, 7-year-old. said to that little girl, you are 7 years old. How do you not know how to properly wipe yourself? Or something really demeaning. She was talking to her child in a very demeaning way. And she was cursing at her child. So I'm in this Disney World bathroom. I'm telling you, God put me there. God put me there. He had to have put me there. There's no way in hell God didn't put me there. Hearing this woman yell at her kid, cursing at her kid, how do you not know how to fucking wipe yourself? And all these manic, she sounded like a maniac. She sounded like a true psychopath. And so then she does all that cursing and yelling and whatever. I get out the bathroom before they do. I wash my hands, and before I open the door, I turn back and I say, ma'am, don't you think your daughter learns how to clean and wipe herself from you? And I walked out the door. I don't know if the woman said anything. I don't care, because if she did, me and her could have went at it. I'm that kind of person. I do not like hearing people talk. I will tell someone. I tell people, stop yelling at him. He's 4. Stop yelling. I will tell people that. I don't care if it's not my kid. I'll fight about someone's kid that's not mine. That's just how I feel about kids. I'll beat somebody up for a kid that's not mine. I believe in protecting the children. I do. So whether that woman would have came and said something to me or not, it doesn't matter why I said something. She's going to remember that for the rest of her life. Someone called her out for cursing at her child, at her young child. Because all I can think about is the day your child gets old enough, they are going to curse you out like you've never been cursed out before. Why? Because you placed all that energy on them. I even had a conversation with someone close to me the other day about how to effectively, some people that have been roughed up in the upbringing, how to break that down and give your kids a soft place to land. Because when you are in that rough upbringing, that rough energy, it can be hard to shake that. It can. I understand. I had it. But I told myself before I get pregnant, before I give birth, before I even meet the man I'm going to have kids with, I'm going to make sure this energy is dispelled from my life. In God's name, I'm going to make sure this toxic energy of what I went through when I was smaller is nowhere around me, near my spirit, when it is even close to the time for me to meet the father of my kids. However God wants to orchestrate that. Especially if you still find yourself dealing with childhood wounds to this day. Think about that. Think about how it will affect your future. And if you do have kids, think about how maybe certain things are affecting you. It doesn't have to be negative. It doesn't have to be any of that. This is just a general conversation. Smart people can conversate without getting offended. And I feel like whoever a lot of you are, you're very intelligent. And you're moving forward from a lot of negative energies. You're working very hard on yourself because you want abundance. You want peace. You want stability. When you deal with abuse as a child, your root chakra, which is literally the ground you stand on, which your own 2 feet is on, becomes shattered, becomes uneven. Your root chakra is messed up because you didn't get the good roots that you needed to soak and grow. In fact, your family cut your roots and said, fuck you, for some of you. It happened to me. For some of us, that's what happens. But then from there, you got to use your higher self to grow. Some of you guys are really young and you're working through this. Some of you guys are older and you're working through this. Doesn't matter. Age doesn't matter. We all heal from our demons in our own ways. And with that Page of Cups, I'm getting someone wants to heal. Someone wants to release whatever this past energy was. It's like child abuse can lead you to drink. It can lead you to take drugs. Some people are healing from the fact that they started taking drugs to feel better about what they went through, or drink, or I'm hearing a lot of relationships. Like somebody maybe hopped from relationship to relationship because of father issues or mother issues, trying to find love, getting led astray. I'm hearing abandonment issues. Somebody's dealing with very deep abandonment issues right now, and they might not be dealing with it the best way. This is just a message that's coming out. General reading. I'm going to pick up on a lot of stuff. But it comes from their childhood, these issues. I feel like somebody is being pushed spiritually to work on this, though. Because they want to be more stable. Yeah, I'm hearing, I don't want to hurt no more. These wounds could actually be hurting someone on a daily basis. Like, I'm hearing somebody is having flashbacks, like PTSD. Okay, somebody is like, I'm getting someone trembling at the thought of their parents. Somebody trembling at the thought of their family and what they had to endure. If you believe that there's a bright side with this Page of Cups, this Page of Cups is all about believing, manifesting. If you believe that there is a way out from negativity, then let it be. There will be. The Page of Cups is hopeful. And like I said, with the Queen of Swords, if you feel like you have to cut certain energies out, family members out, Ace of Swords, I'm telling you, do it. You're being pushed. Hierophant right behind it. I can't make this up. You're being pushed spiritually to do it. Or like I said, if you feel like there's something weird going on around the child, whether you work around the child or you see the child here and there, whatever it is, don't be afraid to speak up. Don't be afraid to speak up. Because there really is, there's a child suffering somewhere. Mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, sexually, trigger warning. Man. Well, someone's going to be exposed, though. With this Queen of Swords, Ace of Swords, and the Hierophant, God has seen enough. Whoever this angry energy is, this angry people person, God has seen enough. I'm hearing, wow, this gets deep, guys. I'm even hearing child sacrifices here. Wow, this is getting very deep. I knew it was with the devil. I knew it was going to tap into some deeper shit. I'm hearing Balenciaga. This shit runs really deep. Really, really deep. Like, child factories kind of deep. Like, if you can understand that that kind of stuff really happens, it does. My head is hurting. Because there's something that doesn't want me tapping into this, but I am regardless. Because this is a real energy. My head hurts. But somebody's trying to fight to keep some kind of information hidden about a kid, but it's not going to work. Or someone or a group of people is fighting to keep information hidden about something dark with children, but woo! Fix it, Jesus, in the name of the Lord. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. My head is hurting, y'all. This is something very negative I'm picking up on. Like an occult or a group or a dark family something where kids are... I'm almost hearing slaughtered. This is very sad. But it is real. Whew, my back is hurting, you guys. I'm about to end this reading in a second. Yeah, 6 of Wands, the Hanged, and Justice. Justice is coming. The moon, someone thought they were doing something in secret. You are never doing anything in secret. As long as the Almighty God reigns, you can never hurt a soul in secret. You can't. Wherever this dark energy is going down. Like I said, someone's going to be exposed. I'm getting someone being exposed online, on the news. I'm getting a daycare, something about a daycare. Ooh, I'm telling you, pay attention to your kids' daycare, to the school, to pay attention. Because this runs deep. Like some organization linked to another organization, linked to a school, linked to a foster care, an orphanage. I'm getting vans full of kids. Like, I'm seeing a lot of stuff, man. God help the kids and God help the adults that are healing from their inner child trauma. Honestly. That's all we can do, right? Dr. Virtual 7 is a high vibrational channel I use every single day. In the description box below, please check it out. Personal readings, description box below as well. My email. Love you guys.